Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have not liked or subscribed, please make sure you do so. I am getting ready to mark out key levels for today and tomorrow's trading session. Um, the futures market, it does open at 3 o'clock, and I am in PST, so it's 3 o'clock PST. So whenever you're marking out areas, always make sure you start on a higher time frame. Higher time frames always take precedent, okay? So you find your area on a higher time frame and you use the lower time frames to actually execute your trade. What I have up is my weekly time frame, and basically all I'm doing is looking for the high and the low of last week's candle, which is here. So this will be the low where this yellow line at. This will be the low. And the high will be the top of this red candle here. And then I also have the open and the close. Now, the close of this weekly, last week's candle, it created a bullish fair value gap. So to what I would be expecting is at some point, don't know when, but at some point, whenever it comes down into this area here, it is going to bounce off this area and go to the next level of support or resistance, which would be this 3605. Okay. All right. So this is the weekly. From the weekly, I'm going to go ahead and drop down to the daily. And this daily candle would be Friday's candle. Okay, it would be Friday's candle. So for this one, what I'm going to do again is mark out the high and the low. Obviously, the high is already marked out, and obviously the close is already marked out. And again, this is based off of the weekly, which these are the areas that were marked out on the weekly. So for this, the only thing that I need to mark out would be the low. Okay. And then I'm going to make this a different color, kind of be able to tell a difference. And then now what I'm going to do is I am going to mark out the open of this previous daily candle. And this would be the open here. And again, when you move down time frames, you can just go ahead and redefine your lines. All right. So I don't see anything else here. And again, where this yellow line is at on the weekly, this is that bullish fair value gap. And so if and when it comes into this area, it might just come down here to this low at 29.49. So anywhere in between here, this will be a considered area of support, right? And let me just mark that out for this video. So this will be an area of support. So if and when it could come here first, go up, or it could completely bypass this area, come down here, grab this liquidity, and then come back up. But then when I look at this area right here, so basically it could come all the way down here, grab liquidity, and let's just say this bullish fair value gap don't hold. You see the bottom of these wicks? The bottom of these wicks this is what you call liquidity. All of these wicks is liquidity, right? This green candle right here already got these here. But this, this, this is what you call liquidity. And basically what liquidity is just simply retailers, because we are considered retailers. Basically, all that it is sell orders and buy orders. Okay, sell orders and buy orders. That's all that it is. A lot of times they try to make it very complicated, and it really isn't that complicated. All right, so I have these areas marked out. So again, we have the low, we have the open, and we have the close. All right, so the next level would be the 4 hour. All righty, so now we have the 4 hour, okay? And on this 4 hour, I'm just gonna redefine my lines. Bring that right there. Bring this down here. Bring this down here. Leave that there, leave that there. All right, so I don't need to do anything for the 4 hour. I'm gonna just highlight the low of this Friday's last 4 hour candle. Let's change the color. We'll do white. And then I'm gonna do the high and we'll do white. And we'll just leave that as it is. Um, we have a major, this is a pretty big fair value gap, and I'm just going to highlight it for the video sake, but this is a bullish fair value gap, and as you see, it came right down to where this line is at and bounced back up. All right, so for video sake, next I'm going to do the 1 hour. I already have, this is already marked out. This is already marked out. This is already marked out. And this is already marked out. Okay. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to do anything else. Now, for me personally, um, I usually take my trades on the 5 minute. Um, and if I can't get in to take a trade on the 5 minute, I usually look at the 2 minute to see if maybe a bullish or a bearish fair value gap had been or has been created. If I don't see anything on there, I'll look in between the 3 and the 1 minute. Um, Sometimes I do take my trade off the 15 minute, sometimes, but for the most part, my entries are going to be on the lower time frames, which is the 5, the 3, the 2, and the 1 minute. So I'm just going to switch over to the 5 minute, and as you see, okay. So these areas or the lines are again potential. They are all points of interest, and they could be either where you decide to, enter in a trade, or it could be your target area, or it could be your stop loss, whatever the case may be. This is how you properly mark out your calendar. I mean, not your calendar. I'm sorry, your chart. Now, on this, gotta bring this on down here, and this is on the 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, This is just a, I'm sorry. This is a support area on the 5 minute. And then I'm just going to, there we go. Okay. Now, um, based off of the previous, this past weekly candle and how it created a bullish fair value gap, I think this week is going to be um, a green. I think it's going to be a bullish week. Um, I do know that it's going to have to, at some point this week, it will come back down. It will come back down. Okay. Uh, so it could potentially come back down here to 29, 244, because again, this would be considered an area of interest. And so, in terms of bearish, right, it could potentially come all the way back down here, which isn't that far. NASDAQ moves, it moves anywhere from three to $600 a day. It moves. And just to put that into perspective, let's go to the daily. So for the daily, it moved 30,000, 30. So for just Friday alone, it moved about 300 points. I mean, 300 points, dollars, whatever the case may be. And then on this day right here, it moved to the 29,785 all the way up to 3280. So about 500 points. So NASDAQ moves. It's like steroids on crack. Oh, and as far as like the 30 minute, I do use the 30 minute as well. So let's just say that it's bullish, right? The for on the 30 minute, the next area that it will go to, and I just look over to my left on this side right here because these are untouched, right? The next area that it will go to will be this 30,177, and then from there 30,216, then 30,226. Now this big old wick right here, this is resistance, right? And so when the market doesn't have much volatility, aka volume, um, it is pretty difficult to get through resistance. And so, will it come this high tonight? Probably not. Um, could it potentially get up here overnight during London session? Maybe. Could it get up here come tomorrow, New York session? Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, yeah. So for like the 30 minute, this will be an area that I would be looking at. And even for the 15 minute, again, these will be areas that I would be looking at. So on the 15 minute, F is bullish. Look at this. This is a on the 15 minutes. So I'm glad I decided to look at the 15 minute. This is a bearish FVG. Now, again, this is what you would consider an area of interest, right? So for the first 15-minute or first 30-minute or hour of the market open, if it is bullish, I would be expecting that the first area would be here at 31.76. If it continues to be bullish, the next area would be here at 32.05, and then 32.17, and then 32.30, and so forth. So again, this is how you mark out your key areas on the chart. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I will respond. And other than that, hopefully today I could get a banger trade. My setup or strategy that I look for is called two in the chamber. And if you watch any of my videos, then you will see I do have two in the chamber on trades that I took. All right, guys, thank you, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later. Peace.